Hello, and welcome to Inside My Bedroom Closet. Come on in, guys. Come on in. I'll sit here and wait for a few people to come inside the closet. I'm a little earlier than what I said, but I just got in and got a little energy, so I decided to pop on in the closet. So I'll wait for a few people to come in because, like I said, I'm early. But if you're following me, I know you got the notification that I'm inside the closet, and tonight we're talking sex. We were supposed to do it yesterday. It was Monday, okay? And it was extremely busy. 7:30, I was getting ready to get in the closet, got a little tired, and I said I wouldn't be any good to you without any energy. So I decided to do it tonight. So I'll wait for a few people to come on inside the closet. We got a little interesting topic tonight, just based on a conversation, of course, that I had about sex. So we're going to talk a little bit about what I've got going on in the closet. So we'll give people time enough to come on in. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming inside the closet tonight. Not sure where you guys are, but as I mentioned previously, I've traveled a lot for some of my previous jobs, and I may have been to a place near you. So, not sure where you are, but come on in the closet. I've got my notes as always on what I'm going to cover tonight. Try to give about 15 minutes of content. It's really quick tonight because I just kind of put this together based on a conversation that I had, but hopefully it'll be a little interesting. So make sure you let people know we're in the closet. Sorry, I got to blot a little bit. Looks like this lipstick is a little bit thick. So, yep. So, okay, come on in. Come on in. Is that Fort Worth, Texas? Been to Fort Worth, Texas. Been to Houston, Texas. I put Houston on this year. But I did train in San Antonio, Texas, and Dallas, Fort Worth when I worked for AT&T and Ameritech. So that's a little while ago. So hello in Texas. First time in the closet. Well, come on in the closet and welcome to Inside My Bedroom Closet. I'll give you a little bit more detail because it's your first time. But hello in Los Angeles. I've been to Los Angeles several times. I've also been to San Diego, California, because that's where my brother lives. Virginia. Yes, I've been to Virginia quite a few times as well. Working for the company that I work for now actually has a hub in Virginia. Been there. Houston. I ate at Phil and Derek's in Houston. I like Houston's. Trinidad. Invite me to Trinidad. I'll come. I haven't been to Trinidad. Cleveland, Ohio. First time in the closet. Thank you for coming inside my bedroom closet. Hopefully you will enjoy the conversation tonight. Usually in the closet on Monday nights, I talk sex on Wednesday nights, and I will be here tomorrow night because it's my fault that I wasn't here yesterday. But I talk love on Wednesday nights, and I talk relationships on Friday nights. And in between there, I kind of put in some stuff that I do. I like to go listen to live jazz and do some fun and interesting things. So I kind of middle a little of that in there too. So, yeah, but thank you for coming inside my bedroom closet. I am actually inside my bedroom closet. I have a room in my bedroom, in my home. There was a bedroom, and it was just a bed in the room, and it was just me. So I didn't need this bed in this room. So I turned it into a closet. Let me turn it around and let you see. I won't let you see the junky part, but I'll let you see. See, that's the closet. Yep, got my shoes and all that good stuff in the closet. I have a dresser on the other wall, another ring light. So let's come back around this way a little bit. So that's the closet on that side. Now this side is a little questionable, but we've got Charlie. She's not dressed. That's usually my mannequin that has on lingerie, but she doesn't have any on today. And then I've got some of my equipment over there that I use when I go out, and more clothes in the closet. So that's the bedroom closet. And actually I sit in here and I talk sex, love, relationships, and health. I am a clinical sexologist, a master sexpert, and an erectologist, right? So that's why I talk what I talk. And I believe that everybody can use a little education about sex, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So I'm going to get into it in just a few minutes, giving people more. They say I talk too soon when I get on, so give them a little bit more time to get in the closet. And I know I'm getting on a little early because I did something interesting today. Well, as I mentioned, I am resubmitting a book of romantic, sensual, little erotic poetry. And tonight I went to a studio over in Chicago, and with he's a Stella Award and also Grammy nominated producer. Yeah, so he was producing some stuff for Inside the Bedroom Closet. So he got me some really nice sounds, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. And it's simply it's wonderful. So I'm doing some of the poetry to some music that he produced for me. And I'll have the book out for you soon. Some of the stuff I'm rewriting, taking out, putting in. So it's a little bit of work, and in between that and doing some other speaking engagements. But that's what I was doing today. And so, yeah, that was pretty exciting. So they got me all pumped up to come inside the closet. But as I mentioned, I was talking to, and I'll get to some of the other places where you guys said that you were from, but I'm going to go ahead and get into the live. And I kind of repeat it as I go throughout for people that come in a little late and ask questions. And please feel free to ask questions, even if it's not relative to the topic tonight. Basically, because the topic I have tonight, it is based on a discussion that I had with a gentleman. And I did tell him that I would answer his question on the live if he wanted me to, because I'm sure that there are others that may think the same thing that he thinks in reference to his penis. So we're talking about male anatomy, the male genitalia, the penis. That's what we're talking about tonight. So I do want to mention that it is Prostate Awareness Month. And I'll talk about that next Monday. That's the last Monday in the month of September. So I'll talk about prostate awareness, and you can share this information with your significant other, your dad, your uncle, a loved one in your family, and it will be information that you can just ask if they've gone and got it checked. So I'll tell you the significance of it and the importance of it next week. But when you talk about the male genitalia, and we don't talk a whole lot about it, we talk about the female and the orgasm of the female, and all that's important. But and then I've got some coming for you guys too. All that's important, but some of us want to have a penis, whether it be male or female, you want a penis, and you want it to be a nice, healthy penis. Now, I did have a conversation with a gentleman about his penis. When he found out that I was a sexologist, he just wanted to ask a simple question. Circumcised or uncircumcised? That's the question. So there's a few answers to that question. And I'm going to give you a little bit of information that you may not be aware of when it comes to a circumcised versus an uncircumcised penis. Now, a lot of people are used to penises being circumcised, and that's when the foreskin is clipped and cut down, and the glands, which is the head of the penis, is actually more prevalent. I know this because I just had a grandson. I think he just turned 2 months old, and his mom had to get him circumcised, but I couldn't say no, don't do it, for the reasons that I know. So with that decision being made, men don't have any control over that. That's something that the mom does in the hospital with the doctors, some for religious reasons and some for reasons of cleanliness. And that's one of the reasons why people feel that an uncircumcised penis is not clean. But I know that those who have them that I was aware of would make sure that it was clean in different ways, where you pull the foreskin back, and because it covers the head, you pull it back, and then you're able to clean under that area where that foreskin is covering. Now, just to give you, and I have an example that I'm going to show you. So stay tuned for that. But I'm going to give you the information first before I show you the example. But the head of the penis is called the glans. And that's why they say that the female clitoris is like a mini penis, because it's called the glans, clitoral tissue. And on the male, even though we call it just the head, it's actually considered the glans. And in the glans, the head of the penis, that has actually, I wrote it down, 4,000 nerve endings. Think about that, So opposed to the simple nerve ending that you have on your hand, it has 4,000 in the head of it. So when you pull that skin back, there's 4,000 in the head of the penis of a circumcised penis. The head of an uncircumcised penis has, wrote it down, 8,000. So it's doubled. It's actually more sensitive than one that is circumcised. So therefore, as I admitted to him, he's actually able to have more pleasure with an uncircumcised penis more so than, and of course it has its pros and cons to everything, but everything is about cleanliness. But it's doubled. The sensation is doubled in the glans, the head of an uncircumcised penis. Now, as you go down, you have the shaft of the penis, and that grows from the flaccid skin because it's not hard all the time. So it has to grow into the skin that it's in. And that skin is keratin. It's actually a layer of keratin. That's why it's so soft. You've heard of keratin. If you go and you look at any of the beauty products for hair, where your hair is so supple and soft, it's because it's got keratin in it. Look at the products on hair care and different things where it promotes smoothness. That's because it's trying to get that same smoothness that's actually the skin or the shaft of the penis. So, and I got something here that's doing something. So give me just a second, and I'm going to show it to you in just a minute. But so yeah, that's the glands of the penis. But in that shaft of the penis, right? So we said that there were 4,000 nerve endings in the glands, which is the head. It's actually, I wrote it down, 6,000. In different areas of this shaft, and I'll show you where that is in a few minutes, 6,000 nerve endings. Well, that's a circumcised penis. Well, what about an uncircumcised penis? Instead of it being 6,000, it's 12,000, because everything is doubled as far as sensation. Yep. So if it's 10,000 total and a circumcised penis, that means it's 20,000. And an uncircumcised penis, everything is doubled because of the sensation, because the skin wasn't cut back, because it has this nice coating and covering and everything over it, and all you do is pull the foreskin back in order for you to clean around it and different things of that nature. So it is less sensitive with a circumcised penis, but like I said, by the time that you're a grown man and you're walking around with a circumcised penis, it was because your mother or the doctor made the decision when you had no say-so over the fact that years later you're cutting off half of your sensitivity. So that's one of the reasons why you leave that skin there. Now, also, let's see. UTIs are less likely, which is urinary tract infections are less likely with the uncircumcised penis. So you're less likely to have that. Because of that extra foreskin that you have covering you there, you're less likely to get the herpes. It reduces that there. So it's a lot to be said for the uncircumcised penis, whereas he said that, sometimes women are turned off because, oh, you're uncircumcised. But he experiences more sensitivity. And once it becomes erect, it doesn't look like an uncircumcised penis. So, men do experience more pleasure that way. Now, I have a little visual for you, and hopefully it doesn't get us thrown off the ticker, right? So I try not to use a photo like I did last time, but just to give you an example, I carved a cucumber, and here it is, right? So carved it kind of like a penis a little bit. And if you can see it, this is the underside of it, kind of big, kind of cut that off because it was, an older cucumber in the refrigerator. I usually get the bigger ones in the store. But at any rate, that's the head of the penis, here are the glands. And then I put here the deep dorsal vein. Now, this is the deep dorsal vein that's the underneath of the penis. That's why it's under here like that. And with that deep dorsal vein, it becomes engorged. It's filled with blood. It induces the erection that comes from the testes. And that's when they say that the blood rushes from one head to the other. Well, that rushes from this frontal lobe, because they're not really thinking with this head. That's not the one that's getting all the action that they need. And that frontal lobe is the arousal, the sensitivity, the fun, the foreplay, the eroticism, the fantasy, all that's locked up right here in the front. So when that's in play, then that deep dorsal vein becomes engorged here. Now, this is called the coronal ridge. Moved it. Sorry. This is called the coronal ridge, and that has sensitivity as part of that shaft that I talked about, those 6,000 nerve endings. So that had about 6,000, but if you break that up here, then an uncircumcised penis has even more. If the whole shaft is 6,000, let's say that's 2,000 right there, then that's about 4,000 with the uncircumcised penis. And then here you have this little triangle part. I tried to make it. It's called the frenulum. That frenulum is like the little triangle piece that's if you have the penis facing you this way, and it's right there. It looks like a little triangle. That's called the frenulum. That's extremely sensitive. That's part of the shaft that includes that 6,000 nerve endings. So that's why that's so important when if you're performing oral sex. You want to know where those pleasure points are. You want to know, where most of that sensitivity lies. And a lot of people's like, oh, I just put my tongue under there where the bumps are. Well, that's part of that sensitivity. That's that coronal ridge, where those little bumps are. I kind of drew it out for you. It's not as even as it should be, but so yeah, that's the coronal ridge. And then if, like I said, you're this way, there's also a piece here. It's a triangle piece. It's called the frenulum. That's extremely sensitive. That's what some of those nerve endings are. Then you have some on the entire shaft itself. Of course, you have some with the testes and all that, because those become extremely sensitive because they become engorged based on the erection and all that. But let's see if you guys have any questions for me. Like I said, the education was going to be a little quick. It was just based on a question that I had, but I wanted to give you guys some information about that in case you were wondering. So I think where I left off, I didn't say hello to you in South Carolina. So hello to South. I've been to North Carolina. I don't think I've been to South Carolina. They're right by each other. Myrtle Beach, where is that? Is that South Carolina? I don't know. Atlanta. Been to Atlanta a few times. I love Atlanta. I love the culture in Atlanta. Hello, Detroit. First time for you in Detroit? Well, I've been to your place a lot of times in Detroit. And, you guys got this place. Every time I go somewhere, I talk about food. I just love to eat food in places that I go to. But you've got this one place in Detroit. I don't know the name of it. I think it's an IHOP, though. But they make the best baked omelets, I think it is. I think it's an IHOP. I don't remember where it is. I've been there every time I go to Detroit. I want to go there. I actually am planning on coming that way to go to the Ford Museum and then go to Hitsville. I just like, standing out there singing a little Diana Ross, making myself feel at home. So Diana Ross is one of my favorite girls. Cocktail book on my coffee table book on my table. And if you look at my website, which is insidemybedroomcloset.com, you'll see that book right there. So I go and I sing a little Diana Ross on at Hitsville, and it makes my day. So yes, I love Detroit. I've got my friend, she lives in Detroit. And when the Queen passed, Aretha Franklin went up that way as well. So hello. Naples, Florida, my best girlfriend, her mom lives in Naples. I've been there one time. Also, my sister works for a major construction company, and they have a home in Naples, Florida. So, yeah, beautiful place. North Carolina, been to North Carolina about a dozen times. Hello from Trinidad. I told you I want to come. Y'all need to send for me. I'll be there. West Palm Beach, Florida. Got some people that I know in West Palm Beach, but I haven't been there. Haven't been to Longview, Texas. So let's see. First time in the closet from Florida. I got a lot of first timers. Thank you guys. I appreciate it because you've taken out the time to visit me here in the closet. Take a look at some of the videos that I've got out there and see what you like. Make sure you like, share, and follow. I need your likes. I need your shares. I need your follows. I need all that. I have more information and more material coming out. I'm doing a webinar. I just got some of the information back from the artists, and then I plan on doing some of the voiceover work this weekend. I work 7 days a week. So I like to come on TikTok because you guys are very nice. You're very dedicated and loyal. So if you don't mind coming to see me, I don't mind, being seen here. So I really appreciate your time, especially the first timers. Thank you for coming inside the closet. It's a privilege to have you here. So if you have any questions, let me know. And no question's a bad question because somebody else has a question just like you. I bet they do. So Little Rock, Arkansas. Hello in Little Rock. I've been to Arkansas, but I don't know if it was Little Rock. I can't remember because I worked for a company and we would always be in some of the major cities and some on the outskirts. So some of the companies I don't remember. Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Yep, been there. When I worked for the telephone company, went there a lot. You did not do it for your son, and that's good. And I don't know why you didn't, and I'm glad that you decided not to, because he'll thank you for it later on in life. Some of us do it because it's the trend to do. It's the thing to do. They ask you if you want to have it done and you get it done and you don't think anything about it. And they say the pain is very minimal, for a baby. But what about the long-term effects and things of that nature? Because you can always teach them, to clean themselves. I dated a Muslim for about 10 years and, he was uncircumcised, but I know he probably was. I take showers all day, and I think he beat me at cleanliness. But yeah, it's all about, cleaning yourself. But the sensation, they say, is amazing. And I know that's not something that you think about as a parent, for a child, but that's not, later on in life, I guess you feel like if they feel any sensation is better than none at all. But the sensation is twice as great. And I learned that a long time ago, and I expressed that to the gentleman that I was speaking to, and like I told him, wear it like a badge of honor, and let his female friends know that he encountered that the sex is much better because it feels twice as good to him. And he's able to deliver it twice as good to you. The sensation is more intensifying. And then when I was explaining to him the way that, I'm sure he felt, he was just agreeing with me that, yeah, how did you know? How did you know? And I said, well, because your sensation is twice as much, and he didn't, he said he was a premature ejaculator for a lot of years until he learned to control himself. And I told him, I said, that's because the sensation was so great. And once you got used to that feeling, that great sensation, then it kind of, died down a little bit. But, when you don't know how to handle something that's that great, and I mean, but who do you talk to about it? Your friends? You say it's great. Yeah, man, it's great. Well, their great is not your great. Your great is actually better than their great, so. I made him feel good about the fact that, that was his choice in life. And I think I told the story once before, and I was working for the phone company, as a matter of fact, in Chicago, up north. It was a young gentleman, and I hope he's not listening. But if he is, well, it was a young gentleman, and he was uncircumcised, and he was going through that guilt of being uncircumcised, and he didn't feel comfortable with women, and he said that their reactions were not that great because he wasn't circumcised, like, so he had a circumcision, and I think I almost said his name, I'm sorry. He had a circumcision, and I think he was in his 20s, maybe early 30s, but he talked about how much pain he was in having an erection, because that skin was cut where the point where when it stretched, it needed to have a little bit more skin there to make it stretch a little bit further. He said, he gave me the example. He said, it's like, pulling back your forehead and all this is, he said it was just a terrible, terrible feeling. And I just remember him saying, it's like this, and I was like, oh my God. I said, what can happen? He said, I don't know. It's just so painful to have an erection now. And I don't know if they can add some skin back in. I didn't study that far in school. I didn't study penises that in depth. But yeah, so when you do it later on in life, it may not be a great experience for you. So that may be something that you want to think about. But if you're uncircumcised, I would say it's a badge of honor, because you get twice the pleasure and with the same fun. You're having sex just like your male counterpart over there is having it, but his stuff, is twice not as his stuff is not as sensitive as yours. So so I think that's a good thing. All right, so let's see if we have any questions, comments, or suggestions. 62, a man having erectile problems, can you give advice? Well, first of all, you want to talk about the diet. That's what we're all taught to discuss, the diet. That's the first thing, especially if you're 62 years old. Don't know if you smoke or drink. Those are restrictors, and restrictors are anything that restrict blood flow. It would restrict blood flow for a diabetic or anybody else that has circulation problems or anything of that nature. So smoking and drinking will definitely keep your penis from getting erect when you need it to. You want to make sure that you eat the leafy green vegetables. Spinach is high in magnesium. You want to look at things that has high magnesium content, because that increases blood flow. And blood flow is what you need for an erection. So if you don't have the blood flow, you're not having the erection. But you got to look at your diet first before you do anything as far as a chemical imbalance with a pill or anything of that nature. So first, check your diet. Stop the fried stuff. 62 years old, you got to pull back away from some of the things that you used to eat that may not be as good for you, especially any type of candies that have that fructose syrup or cornstarch, fructose cornstarch in it. So the Skittles and all that stuff that you like to eat, not good for you. You want to make sure that you're not a chipper. I'm a chipper. I love a chip and dip. And if I gotta have a Last Supper, make sure it's got some chips and dip on the plate. I'm a chipper, so I had to get the no salt chip, or the I think Lay's make less salt or something like that, and they're pretty good. They're not so bad, but I had to get something like that. Because you have to think about your diet when you get older, because it affects your body. Everything you eat affects your body because you're putting it in your body. So you have to know that your body is going to have some type of reaction. Got to make sure you drink a lot of water and you're flushing, getting everything you can out of your system as much as you can. Do your Kegels. That's important. Do as many Kegels as you can. When you're standing up to urinate, first thing in the morning, when you're going to unload, tighten it up, stop the flow of it. Let it go. Pee a little bit more. Stop it. Let it go. Do that as many times as you can. And the reason is because that's getting your penis trained to, you're training it to do what you need it to do. Because if you're just letting it do what it needs to do, if it don't want to do nothing, it's not going to do anything. Now, if it wants to pee, it's going to pee because it wants to. But you got to get it trained to doing what you need it to do. So when you need it to react and get up and do what you needed to do, you can kind of get that going on. And those Kegels help tighten the pelvic floor. That helps women. It helps men. Your pelvic floor, if it does, it's just like gravity, guys. Gravity pulls everything down. Everything. So whatever you have, your cheeks, they go down when you get older. Gravity, they're not high. That's why people get facelifts and the Botox, because they're not high like they used to be. So everything goes down. That includes genitalia. Yeah. Like I tell women, it may not be high and tight, and that's why women have surgery and they get vaginal reconstruction called labiaplasty. Because it's hanging down. Just like with men, your scrotum, your testes, they drop, as you get older. And if you strengthen that pelvic floor, that helps that penis stay up as long as, gravity can come down, but you got to keep that erection up. And that's how you keep it going. So hopefully that helped out a lot, and, you think about some of those things that may be happening and make some changes. Edenton, North Carolina. I don't, is in the house. Oh, thank you for coming in. Is this your first time inside the closet? Well, welcome inside the bedroom closet, but I've been to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Don't know if that's near, is that near the military base? Because I was there a lot. So first time here. Thank you guys for being first timers inside the closet. So hopefully you'll like, share, and follow another first timer in the closet. What is going on today? Well, you know what happened? I had to pray yesterday, y'all. I was tired. And I wanted to come inside the closet. And I know you guys are faithful. And I said they're waiting for me, to come inside the closet because I'm faithful on a Monday. But I was so tired. And I said, I will be no good to them as tired as I am. I wouldn't have any energy, wouldn't want to answer any questions, wouldn't want to have any conversation. I was tired, and I said, well, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And after I left the studio over in the city, and my marketing manager picked me up and took me over there, we stopped and we had a great conversation. And just talked. It was raining. It was wonderful. And I just kind of felt 100% better. I just felt like I wasn't alone. And I know I'm not, because I get on these lives and sometimes I find out that I thought maybe it was just the 50 or 20 some people in the corner, and it's over 1,000 people. So thank you for stopping and coming inside my bedroom closet. I gave a little tour at the beginning of the live, and I showed them inside the closet. But I do sit here and I talk sex, love, relationships, and health. So I don't mind you asking me questions about any of that. Monday, we're going to talk about prostate health, because it's Prostate Awareness Month, and just make sure your loved ones and your family, your fathers, your uncles, your brothers, if they're of age where they should be getting that check, along with colonoscopies and things of that nature. So when you stay on top of stuff like that, that's extremely important. And for your sexual health, that's vitally important. And I do believe in giving education, answering questions, having a little fun, letting you in on some of the things I do socially. I love live jazz music, so I try to post that as often as I can, and get out and do that as often as I can. But I have a lot that I'm doing in the closet. So thank you for stopping by and joining me. I definitely appreciate it. So take a look at some of the other videos that I've done. Let me know what you like, and make sure you like the video. I need you to like it, so that's important to me too. And yeah, I appreciate your time. So thank you for being inside the closet. Well, it's your first time too? Oh my God. What is going on? Oh my gosh. So it makes me want to stay in the closet a little bit longer. I can always find something else to talk about because I talk about sex all the time. And I like for you to feel comfortable. I don't know. I know TikTok, a lot of people of different ages get on the ticker, as I call it. And I try not to be vulgar. You can read between the lines if I'm talking about sex. You can kind of figure it out what I'm talking about. I don't have to use the street language with you. I will every now and then. You see, I carved a cucumber. I've got all kind of penises in the room, but I don't believe that that's necessary. I don't want to embarrass anybody, and make them feel uncomfortable, because sex is not a comfortable conversation for people to talk about, but everybody do it. That's how we got here. Because if you don't do it, at least your parents did it, or the two people that copulated together. That was three. Sorry, the two people that copulated together did it in order to have you here. So I'm so glad that I know you. And if you have any questions that I can answer for you, I definitely will. My webinar that I have coming up is the 5-star points of pleasure. That's for women. And I'm putting that together now. Like I said, I have the illustrator putting all that together because I'm a woman. So I believe in female sexual health. Some of the things that you learn about your body is vitally important to you, because that way you can share your body with someone else and tell them exactly where to hit it and how to hit it. And yeah. So that's important, because for the majority of us that don't know how to tell someone what we like, it leaves us unsatisfied. Unsatisfied sexual relationships lead to frustration. And not just for you because you're not having one. For them too, because that you can't even tell them how to help you have one. So your sexual health is extremely important. And that's the reason why I got back into the sexual education field. As I mentioned, for those that just joined the first time, I am a master sexpert and a clinical sexologist, as well as an erectologist. And with that being said, I had a radio show in 2008, and my radio show was given to me by Dr. Rachel of The Doctors, and she was my doctor. And when she was leaving to go to do her TV show, The Doctors, she needed someone to talk or to interview for her position that she had over in the city. And that was me. She had me interview for, and I had never talked sex other than with her in the office. But like she said, it was a comfortable conversation with me. I went, I interviewed, and after I interviewed and I did a little radio take, the radio production owner guy that I had the radio interview with, he told me, he says, well, you say orgasm like people say Tuesday, so you're probably kind of comfortable. And I said, well, I am. I said, and I would be, remiss not to ask if you had one lately, And he just laughed and he said, I probably have, but my wife haven't. So we laughed about that, but actually it turned out to be a wonderful job. I enjoyed it. I had listeners from everywhere. I was syndicated, so they were everywhere. And because it was syndicated, they said everything. And we talked about everything. And it was very nice. So that's why I like this TikTok audience. You guys are everywhere. And I don't mind you asking me a question. I've been doing it for quite a long time. I just didn't get on TikTok until maybe March, and then that was because some people was like, try it. I didn't know what to say or what to do, but after a while, it became comfortable coming inside the closet, and talking to you guys. So I definitely appreciate all my first timers. And hopefully I've got some return viewers. Second time, whoop, whoop. Love your teaching technique. Thank you so much. So I love the first timers, second timers. Come on inside the closet. First time in the closet from Iowa. My daughter went to school in Iowa. She went to the University of Northern Iowa, and I think that's in Cedar Falls. So yeah, she got her undergrad degree from University of Northern Iowa, and she got her master's from Indiana University. So yeah, so I've been to Iowa for 4 years because she told me, she says, I'm only going to come to Iowa for 4 years and that's it. And it was 4 years and she graduated and that was that. So yeah, I've been to Iowa, very nice place. So thank you guys for coming inside the closet. Don't know if I missed any questions, comments, or suggestions. We talked about the circumcised penis versus the uncircumcised penis. And the uncircumcised penis wins as far as sensitivity. It has twice as much sensitive pleasure than the circumcised penis. I had my friend the cucumber on site tonight. I kind of shaved it like a penis a little bit. And I explained some of the pleasure points. You've got this deep dorsal vein that becomes engorged. And that's the underside of the penis, if it's like that. The head is kind of big, but, did it with a knife. So at any rate, you've got the overside of it up here. And this is called the coronal ridge. You've got that coronal ridge. You've got that deep dorsal vein. You've got the penis, which is called the glans. The head of the penis is called the glans. This alone has 4,000 nerve endings. 4,000. That's a lot. But the shaft of it has about 6,000. So that's about 10,000. But a uncircumcised penis has twice as many. In the head of it, it has 8,000 up here. Once that foreskin is pulled back and that penis becomes erect, kind of like the cucumber here. Once it becomes, and this one is, the girth is kind of big. But anyway, that deep dorsal veins got some sensitivity in it. You've got the coronal ridge that's got that sensitivity in it that's under the head, the glans, the head of the penis, which has sensitivity there, 4,000 here, maybe 2,000 here, another 2,000 here. Then you've got the frenulum, which is a little triangle piece. That's got another couple of thousand nerve endings right here. So if you're having oral sex, those are some of the points that you want to definitely address because that's where those nerve endings lie. And if you are uncircumcised, the pleasure is all yours because you've got twice as much sensitivity than the circumcised penis. So that's what we talked about tonight. And that was just based on a question that a gentleman did ask me while we were out, and personally it's because I know some people say, ugh, he ain't circumcised, it's all like that, it just looked like a mushroom top or something, anything, I don't know, but it's just based on some people not wanting to do it, for religious reasons or personal reasons, and some people wanting to do it for cleanliness. And like I said, you can always pull that foreskin back and expose the head or the penis glands, which is the head, and clean that area, especially after you urinate, anything drips down under that area. You don't want any type of bacteria or anything to set in. So you want to make sure that area is clean. Also, like I told him, you could be a guy that got wet wipes, at your house, and just use a wet wipe. It doesn't have to be like a washcloth at all times, because sometimes women use feminine cloths to clean themselves from the drip they may get on your hairs. It happens. You got to wipe when you pee, but then of course there's some residual there. You don't get it all with the tissue paper, and it don't remove the smell. It just wipes away the residue. So you take a cleansing cloth, whether you've got the baby wipes in your bathroom. You don't have to get the kind that smell like a baby. You can just get the normal nutritional kind. And you can use those to make sure that you keep it clean around that area. If you are gonna be out somewhere and you want to take them with, they got little tiny sandwich bags like that, little tiny sandwich bags. You can always put a little wet one in your pocket, you know, or in your car or in your pants pocket, and nobody has to know it's in there. When you go to use the bathroom, if you're out somewhere, wipe it up, flush it, throw the bag away, you're good. Nobody has to know your hygiene, but hygiene is important. So yep, so I wanted to say that. Also, I did mention that the shaft of the penis is made of keratin. And if I don't know if I've got my sheet with me. I will tell you some of the other stuff that's in it. But because you know that a lot of people talk about the sperm or the semen, and next week when I talk about men's sexual health, I'll tell you what's in it. If I had it on this, I don't have it on, I don't have my other phone. I've got so many phones, but it may be on another device. If I find out on this one, I'll say it. But yeah, so we're going to talk about that and prostate health next week. So I thank you guys for coming inside the closet. I'll put my glasses on one last time, and I'll see if you have any questions for me. If you do, I'll be more than happy to answer those before I let you go. But yeah, so we've been in the closet for a little while tonight, but I appreciate the new viewers. Thank you guys for your time and attention. Like I said, there's so many other things that you can be doing. That's why I don't want to keep you. Some of you have little ones. I don't know the time where you are, but you do have families and other things that you can attend to. But I just like a little of your attention every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And as I mentioned, if I miss a day, I always come back and let you know when I'll be here. But I make up my time with you because I appreciate your time with me. So nope, I didn't find it while scrolling, but yeah. So let's see if there's anything else. Second time here. Thank you. I appreciate that. When was the last time for you? Not sure what you mean. When was the last time I danced? I don't know. You didn't finish the statement. The guy needs to learn how to clean it. Yep, definitely, because that's the important thing about the uncircumcised penis. You want to make sure that you're clean, and you have to learn how to clean it and make the woman feel comfortable. Let her know that, you know, sex is better with you because your sensitivity is greater than a guy that's uncircumcised. But you're clean and you take care of yourself. And some women don't want to have oral sex with uncircumcised penis, but that's just based on the stigma of an uncircumcised penis. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, oh, got it right here. You guys better be glad I saved my information. So I'm going to give you this little information before I let you go. So someone did ask me on the last live, and I don't know if you're on the live tonight, but you wanted to know what was in semen as far as nutritional content. So I did save it, and I'll give you some of the information, and take it, you know, do with it what you want. But included in it is it's less than a calorie, glucose and fructose, water, ascorbic acid, enzymes. You have zinc, where that's where they get the thing that says it's good for your skin. You know, some people say semen is good for your skin, but that's because it includes zinc, copper, calcium, magnesium, cholesterol, sodium, amino acids, vitamin B12, and potassium. Now, also, with that being said, it also has cortisol. And I talked about cortisol before, And cortisol is that stress hormone. But because of the estrogen and oxytocin that's mixed in there to help improve the mood, it kind of counteracts that in a sense. Now, it also includes, and let me tell you what this is, FSH and LH to induce ovulation. You know how when they say I'm ovulating, let's go have sex? That's the reason, because semen includes that ingredient of I always get it mixed up, FSH and LH, which helps induce ovulation if you're trying to get pregnant. So that's the reason for that. And it has a level of serotonin, which is that long-lasting feeling, the reason why you want to cuddle and those things. And then it has melatonin, and that produces healthy sleep. So sometimes, you might feel a little sleepy. Some people have energy and gets a little hungry. But two, it also promotes sleep. But that's what's in it. And hopefully you were listening tonight, because I said that I was going to tell you yesterday, but I didn't get on TikTok yesterday. But yeah, so hopefully you are listening and I answered your question. But I see no more questions, guys. So I'll let you guys go. I thank you so much for joining me inside my bedroom closet. I'll be live again tomorrow night where we'll talk about a topic relating to love. And so, yeah, that's it. But I'm going to end the live for tonight. Thank you so much. And talk to you tomorrow night inside my bedroom closet. Like, share, and follow. And I'll be back.